Hey everybody, on today's video I'm going to go through everything you need to know about dividend income and how to declare it and pay all the taxes and all the different steps you need to go through. So as per usual, there's not much information on the revenue website, so I thought it's about time that somebody made a tutorial basically how to do it step by step. So if you find this video useful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel please. So the first method I'll be going through today is for non-chargeable people. So non-chargeable people are someone who has a normal kind of 9 to 5 job, who has a PAYE tax paying job, and their income outside of that job is less than 5,000. So they wouldn't be reporting any more, say, income more than 5,000. So anybody who does that have more than 5,000 other than that, say from either rental income or some other sole traders, they would be a chargeable person, and there's a different method for that. So if you are a chargeable person, the way you'll be doing it is through like a Form 11. Normally somebody would have an accountant or somebody who deals with that. So if you are a chargeable person in this case, make sure to inform them of any dividend income that you've had during the year, and then they will be able to incorporate it in the Form 11, and that's how that will be done. But I'll make a separate video if for anybody who does the Form 11 themselves, so you know where to put it. So, but this video is for non-chargeable. Right, that's the introduction out of the way, so now let's go through all the different steps that you need to do. To make it awkward, there's different tax treatments for each of the following. So if you get paid a dividend by an Irish company, a UK company, US, Canadian, and then all the rest of the world, so there's slightly different treatments for each one of those. So in this video, I'm just going to focus on the US and the Irish one. But basically, if you know what to do, maybe one or two of them, you'll have no problem with the rest of them. It's quite straightforward. So I'll just go through these now. So I'm going to start off first by looking at the US dividends. So the first thing you need to know is there's a double taxation treaty between Ireland and the US. So it does what it says in the tin. It means there's no way you can possibly pay US tax and Irish tax on the same dividend, which is a good thing, obviously. So first off, when you receive a dividend, there's likely going to be some tax already been removed from it. So I'm just going to show you a dividend here that I received actually back in November from a company called Kinder Morgan. So it's just a little small amount, but it just shows, for example. So I received a dividend of $10.55, and the withholding tax on that then was $1.58, which is 15%. So the net amount on that then was $8.97. So that's the amount that I actually received, was $8.97. So the next thing you need to know then is basically what is the minimum amount of tax that you can possibly pay on any dividend income. So the minimum amount you can pay on any foreign dividends outside of Ireland is the encashment tax here, which I'm going to show you exactly the definition of it here. So encashment tax is withholding tax deducted on income from public revenue dividends and any dividends of non-resident bodies. So as you can see, this tax on encashment tax is actually 20%, which is the lower rate of tax in Ireland on income. So as I was saying earlier, on the dividend I received on my Revolut there for Kinder Morgan, only 15% was actually deducted, and the minimum amount I need to pay is 20%. So when I go to declare it now on revenue, you'll see where the extra 5% is applied. I'll show you that now in a second. So where non-chargeable people declare any dividend income is in the My Account section of Revenue. So revenue.ie, go to My Account. So you might need to register for this when you're first logging in, but hopefully a lot of you have already registered before for different reasons. So when you log in, then you go to Manage Your Tax. So for 2021 here, I'm going to click Manage Your Tax. Then you scroll down to the section where it says Add New Incomes. You'll be then brought through to this screen where you're told to declare any additional incomes that you have. So then you come down to this other income section, and there's a little drop down menu you select here. So as you can see, there is a lot of different types here. As you can see, there's a section here for Canadian dividends. There's one here for UK dividends, US dividends, and then dividends and distributions. So the first one we're looking at here is US dividends. So I'll have a select on this one here. So once that loads, then you hit next. Okay, so that brings us through to the next screen here. So it asks you then to enter the gross amount of dividends you've received. So as I was saying in my explanation earlier on, for the Kinder Morgan dividend, I'll just put it up on the screen here as well. So I received $10.55. You need to put in the euro amount. I'm just not going to bother converting it now at this stage, just but for whenever you're doing it, you need to convert it into euro as well. So the gross amount of dividend I received was $10.55. You can see it now pre-populated in the tax credits reduced by, it has brought up 53 cents. So 53 cents is 5% of 10.55. So that's what I was saying earlier on, where I had only paid 15% already, but now when I put in the gross amount here, it's after calculating an extra 5% to add on to the 15% I've already paid. So what's going to happen now? You know, when you get your monthly pay slip, you get a certain amount of tax credits against your wages. So just your tax credits are going to be reduced by the 53 cent here. So that's it. Then you just hit next, and that's pretty much it. So basically, then this is going to go in as additional income for you, and you will be taxed then basically on depending on your marginal tax rate. So you're going to have to pay your income tax, and you're going to have to pay PRSI also on the dividend income as well. So it's quite a hefty amount of tax you really pay on your dividend income in general. So now I'll just take you through Irish dividend. So a dividend from an Irish company as well, just so you can see it. So if in that case you need to go up to dividends and distributions here and select that. Then you hit next also again when it loads. So for an Irish dividend, you need to basically put in the net amount. So in the US example there, I put in the gross amount, which was before the withholding tax to come off. But for the Irish one, you need to put in the net amount. So the withholding tax rate in Ireland at the moment is 25%. So if you received any dividend from an Irish company, it should be net of the 25%. So just say for instance, I got a dividend of €100 from an Irish company. I'm just going to put in 75 here. So that's net amount, and as you can see, it updates here that your tax credits are reduced by 0 here. So because you've kind of paid the minimum amount of tax, and also this is will go into your income then, and you'll be responsible for more tax will also be deducted at your depending on your tax rate, and your PRSI the same as what was for the US dividend. Another important thing to note is if you receive a dividend from an Irish company and there's no tax deducted, they have it here in the little information section here. So basically, if you receive any dividend but no withholding tax deducted, you need to put that into untaxed income arising in the state. So that's where that goes in. So that's back to the main screen there where I was a minute ago. So you select untaxed income and you put that in there. So that's where that goes. So as you see, it's actually quite simple to declare the income for dividends. It's quite low normally for dividends, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. In fact, it's not really going to affect your tax a whole heap, but it's probably good to keep good obviously to keep revenue on your side and keep up to date with everything like this. So you just keep hitting next here basically and go through it. I'm not going to finish out the cycle here, but it's you just review it and then you submit it, and that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you want to see any more, make sure to like and subscribe as I said before. Thanks very much.